Hello, Internet. Welcome back to the BFC pregame show. I am your gracious host, Maji Shine. At twitch.tv/Maji Shine, you are part of the amazing experience, which is known as the BFC, or the Barely Fun channel.
Very fun.
Very.
You can find all of our awesome content over at youtube.com. It's just search for Barely Fun Channel. You can also follow our short link, which is bit.ly/BFC YouTube, to get to that page. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter, on facebook.com/barelyfun and twitter.com/barelyfun. Actually, it's facebook.com/barelyfun channel.
Mm-hmm.
Correct link. Go there. With us today is the usual cast of characters on my left here, or right, left. I think that's left.
On mine, you're pointing the opposite way.
Yeah, I know, right? It doesn't really work. It only works from one point of view. But yeah, to my left here is our favorite rage quitter and brown man.
I mean, can't get any browner than this.
Yeah, the golden.
Hey,
brown.
what's up, guys? It's Randy over at Justin. What? Twitch.tv.
Is it
What?
10 years ago?
Twitch.tv/TheFuryX and YouTube.com/C/TheFuryX.
Also joining us today, hanging out with the little Chloe, who apparently now loves to say hi,
Hi.
is Anthony over at Tauntaun Gaming.
Hey, I'm Tauntaun over at Tauntaun Gaming. You can find me at twitch.tv/what's-a-tauntaun. I'll turn you guys up a little bit.
And finally, last but not least, we have our resident quintessential gamer. Jeremy, do us a favor. What is your gamer score today?
He muted himself.
Did he mute himself? I'm going to unmute him. There we go. Oh, wait. I can't unmute him. No. Why?
It's muted. I think it's muted on his side.
I'm supposed to be able to unmute his mic, though.
Oopsie.
As the host, I'm supposed to be able to unmute.
I mean, we'll spitball and said it's like 300,000.
I mean, okay. So last week it was like 270 something, like 277 or 279.
It's a
So
safe
it's
bet.
got to be over 280, right?
Closer to 300,000.
That's like 10 games. That's like 1,000
300
points per game. That's like 20 games.
300.
He doesn't beat that many.
300 games?
300 games.
For
I
300.
got it.
Hey,
Gamer score?
288.13.
Ooh. I was close.
It's crazy how quickly you're approaching 300.
The Lego games have slowed me down a lot.
Yeah, they'll do that. But yeah, you can find us here every Friday for Barely Fun Friday, or what we also call as just Fun Friday. Check out all of our links below in the description if you're watching this pre-recorded. If you're watching us live, be sure to subscribe to all of our Twitch channels. Today, we got a few things on the docket, and I'm going to try to get through these as quickly as possible. The first thing that we wanted to talk about today is Nintendo had a Direct today. They had a tree. Well, it wasn't a Direct. It's more of a Treehouse.
It was absolutely not a Direct.
It was not a Direct. Sorry, it was a Treehouse event. And
someone needs to cut that tree down.
So, yeah, let's have a discussion. So the big thing that they were showing off was some gameplay footage and such from the new Paper Mario game, Paper Mario: The Origami King. And who was able to watch it? Who wasn't?
I haven't seen it.
I was not aware there was a treehouse today.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I watched most of it.
They played it while I was sleeping.
Let's just say, and I'm going to turn on some of the footage of it while we talk over Jeremy's spot since he doesn't turn on his camera, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a face.
Jeremy doesn't have a face. But yeah,
He's the face.
I am everywhere.
let's just say I'm not happy.
Uh-oh.
So going back, I think we're all very aware of the original Paper Mario, and how
more
that
importantly,
I actually never played a Paper Mario.
really. Well, I mean, you were aware of it, like what type
Yes,
of game
I know of
it. Paper Mario was your more classical RPG with a leveling up system and experience points and moves and all kinds of cool stuff. And it was honestly a really, really, really interesting game. And since then,
partners and a party system.
Yeah.
So it's a JRPG.
Pretty much.
It was a turn-based RPG. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Word.
But it seems that Nintendo is flat out afraid to do that again. Because
Which they have been since the one on the Wii, Super Paper Mario, was a pure platformer.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sticker Star was an abomination, and I never played Color Splash. So
Color Splash was not worth the time I played it. It was not worth it. But yeah, so with the Switch being the JRPG powerhouse that it has been, with the kind of return to classics in some games that we've known and loved, and that is a lot of brown man face. Woo!
I was trying to readjust my mic. I'm sorry. Continue.
Rain Narvaez Jr.
But yeah,
He ain't brown no more.
He's not.
Anyways,
there was some. I think that there was maybe some fan expectations that we were going to see a return to a more classical JRPG type of Paper Mario game. And
I mean, it would make sense with all their mainstays. They've been anchoring a little bit back towards what made the originals great and kind of leaning on them a little bit.
Yeah, and so and that's why I bring up the fact it felt like the Switch has been the console that brought back a lot of the old school type of games, but updated graphics, better quality of life, when it comes to gameplay, better stories, and just overall doing what people that are our age range, right, remember doing when we were kids. This ain't it. Not by a long shot.
This guy's chopped.
And I'm going to since Jeremy was the other person to watch it, I'm going to let him give kind of a breakdown of the gameplay.
So, I mean, we all know the ring system and all that stuff they showcased on the first video. So, I mean, gloss over that. The fights are now, the little puzzles to line up the enemies to maximize damage, blah, blah, blah. But in the past 4 to 5 days, it's basically come out as literally everything is 2 steps forward, 1 step back. XP is gone, but there is a form of progression with coins. But you can get thousands of coins in a few minutes, so that doesn't matter. Party members are back, but they're locked to the specific regions and you can't control their moves. Different types of attacks are back, but outside of the regular stomp and hammer, they degrade and break and have to be replaced or repaired. So it's just... I feel like part of it's going to run into the problem that made Sticker Star so bad, is that without an incentive to fight the enemies, you're literally walking around and avoiding gigantic empty areas of the game and basically just playing it as an interactive story at that point, because they're pointless. There's no sense in fighting enemy after enemy because you don't get anything from it, except coins, which on the video that they showed, you can smash some flowers and get some confetti, and you can spread that confetti on the holes on the maps and whatnot, and each one wields like 70 to I saw one wield like 400 coins. So, and one battle can give you like upwards of 600 to 700 coins anyway. So,
yeah, and I'm showing the gameplay that they went through. Like, I have it playing, and
it also looks psychotically easy. Like, if you line up the enemies, You get turns for each row of enemy or each cluster of enemy, and you can one-hit kill all of them with the basic attacks if you do the timing.
Yeah, the video just showed the whole confetti thing that you were talking about. And you saw how many coins, for those of you that are watching, you can see how many coins are coming out. It's just an entire ring of a good 20, 25 coins?
Yeah. And a bunch of those are the tenors.
Yeah. So it begs the question: is this any longer? Is the Paper Mario franchise going to be the Mario RPG that we've been looking for? Are they just taking it and saying, "Fuck you, we're going to do what we want to it and give you the playstyle that we think makes sense"? Because this feels like a dumbed down piece of shit.
It hasn't been, not to mention a dumbed down piece of shit for $60 full.
Yeah.
But Paper Mario hasn't been an RPG game since they gave all those mechanics to the Mario and Luigi saga.
Yep. Well, and that begs the question. At this point, do we have any hope for the Mario and Luigi saga, though? Because
I don't know, because they made a big emphasis on keeping that one on their mobile devices.
Yeah.
It was only ever on Game Boy Advance and DS systems.
I mean, Switch is a mobile device, technically. But anyway...
well, Switch is all they got, too, right now, so...
Yeah. But and also, if you're watching this, you can see, the battles are not based on turns. Yeah. They're more like puzzles to solve. So that the
boss takes it into overdrive and extends the length by, 20 times.
Yeah,
that boss fight
monotonous.
Is so fucking long.
It's, hey, solve this stupid puzzle to beat the monster, and then you get a bunch of coins. And
it's very akin to the ice sliding puzzles from Pokemon, except you can roll the rings around and change the arrow orientation.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is just a personal opinion, but the boss ideas are fucking stupid. The first boss is a box of colored pencils.
Yeah, it's not great. So going back even further, how many of us played Mario RPG that was made by Squeenix back in the day?
Anthony did.
More hours than
I can played it. Very much so.
So from your opinion, if we had another one of those games, do you think it would sell in today's market?
100%.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you can see the avid following of Mario RPG just by the fact that even in communities such as Super Smash Brothers, they're
Geno for Smash.
Genos, which is the cool character from that, and is not seen anywhere else in any Nintendo game. I think they made him a trophy, but people want him as a full playable character, and I think that if they did a remaster of that or just a sequel of any type, it would probably sell out.
Yeah, basically,
but you know,
basically take how many units of Final Fantasy VII Remake sold. Assume that number, about 80% of them own Switches. Every last person on that docket is going to buy that game, because all those people bought Final Fantasy VII because they remember Final Fantasy VII, and they also most of those people also grew up on Super Mario RPG and F-Zero and all those other ones that we wish that Nintendo would make till the sun goes down.
Yeah, on top of that, I would want to see the numbers for how well the remasters of 8 did and all those other types. Or even go as far back as the Chronicle games that were small remasters of 4 and 5.
Crystal Chronicles is coming out soon, isn't it?
I think so.
Okay, sorry.
I forgot all about that.
I'm frustrated in the sense that they seem so overly protective of the Mario franchise right now in ways that don't make sense to me.
Well, they're suffering from the thing that they've been suffering from for about near the last 2 years of the 3DS's life. They want to make the game too accessible and not just make that a mode like kids mode or whatever. That's the main game. You have to play this dumbed down thing that's meant for 4-year-olds now because that's what they want to cater to.
Which
I think, yeah, that is, you hit the nail right on the head, is that they're trying to get new blood into their franchises as opposed to appeasing their older, because they're just like probably thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna buy it regardless, because these older gamers, we already got the hook in them, so we can just put out whatever and they'll buy it, because most of us, like, well, half of us have kids, so I mean, we're just that just kind of goes to show that a lot of our generation already have kids and they're trying to pass the torch, and so put out an easier game that they can share with the kids instead of putting out a game that appeases your more hardcore gamers, because that's becoming like less of a majority. It's more of a casual gamer kind of landscape now, and you can see that in just how the games are turning to where they have these easier modes for the casual gamer.
So what do you think?
The
What do you think, Randy? Like, do you feel that these titles that are coming out are more towards that casual audience that it seems that Nintendo has right now?
I honestly think it is, because as Jeremy said, it's dumbing it down to like the simplest form of, this is our game, this is what it means, and then it kind of has that underlying fine print that's like, if you want to experience something more grand, look at our past titles.
You shouldn't have to suffer to succeed.
But if we were in charge, we'd be doing the obvious things.
Yeah, I'm curious at this point. I wish we knew better demographic numbers of Switch owners, right? Because it makes me think that they might have somewhere at some point done some research that makes them think that catering to a casual gamer market makes better sense.
I think I know why. Animal Crossing. Really, Switches have been sold out for months because everyone's been trying to get Animal Crossing, just because of how popular it's been, and it just hit the market at such a good time that most of the new buyers and the new players now are all casual gamers that are just playing in their free time, which is all the time at this point.
Yeah, I do know that a majority of my coworkers that they like video games, but to call them gamers would be wrong.
It'd be cardinal sin.
It would be wrong. But they all own Switches. Like I have a manager and a director of my department, so to speak. They both own Switches, but they both have kids. They're both married. They play it occasionally, and definitely the games that they're picking up are the old school stuff that they remember. So,
good point.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so frustrating, I guess, to just, you want to see these franchises do bigger and better, and they seem to be getting simpler and worse, in my opinion. It'll probably sell like gangbusters, but for me, no.
The thing is this feels like they didn't make another Paper Mario game. They already had a game structure in mind, and they're like, hey, let's tack on the Paper Mario like trademark to it for added bonus points.
Well, I mean, it speaks to look how different, I mean, and I know the aesthetics of the origami are supposed to look a specific way, right? But everything else in the game, and you can see the gameplay right now, everything else in the game feels like old school origami papercraft stuff, except for Mario. Mario is still a flat 2D character, and I understand that's kind of the story that they're telling. He's going through this 3D origami world. but it definitely feels tacked
3D
on.
diddle arms this time, though.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree. In some ways, this feels tacked on, and maybe that was done purposefully. I don't know.
Yeah. It just, the impression that I got almost the entire presentation was that the game cycled between looking ridiculously easy and then looking ridiculously boring. Never both, but always at least one.
Yeah. It's got a lot going for it, but I'm at this point I'm disinvested big time. I was going to be a day one, and now I don't even know if I'll ever buy it.
But hey, we got Bakugans.
Yeah, so to go on to the rest of it, Jeremy, why don't you tell what happened with the rest of the event?
Fucking Christ. Way forward. The makers of fantastic franchises such as Mighty Switch Force and Shantae and all sorts of things you can think of, River City Girls, blah, 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 blah. So there was a tweet yesterday from Nintendo that said, hey, at the end of this presentation, we're going to be debuting a new game made by them. And they immediately had to send out another tweet saying it's related to a third-party property. It's not a Nintendo property. It's not an existing thing they're making. So it's not like another Shantae or whatever, like it should be. So everyone's wondering what the hell it is and whatnot. And they go on a strange commercial break in the middle of the treehouse for
I thought it was over.
And then they come back and they're like, all right, roll the trailer. And it's a fucking Switch exclusive Bakugan game because Bakugan is a thing in 2020.
I cannot think of a single kid that knows what the shit Bakugan is anymore.
I was in another Discord chat when it was going on, and I had to ask him, I'm like, which one is Bakugan? Is that the one with the tops? I honestly did not know.
One. The balls that turn into monsters or whatever.
Yeah, they showed me that. I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, those things. When I worked in retail, those things got returned constantly because the kids would break them.
Well, yeah, if you make a toy that you're supposed to throw, and it's not sturdy enough,
like,
I'm sure kids are chucking these things.
For this?
Oh, he's thinking of Beyblades.
Yeah,
yeah.
The Beyblades is the tops. Bakugan are the little, almost like transformery shit.
In Japan.
Yeah, they're like little balls, and when they hit the magnet on the card, they pop out and like all the pieces flip out to look like a convoluted form of an animal or something.
Yeah, the big things that are actually popular, because I think Bakugans are still out here in Japan, so it could be that they're.
I'll find out right now. Our Bakugan.
You're putting it out in Japan, they're like, oh, might as well put it out in America too.
Yeah, I don't know.
If anything, they should be putting out more Zoid stuff because.
Hell yeah!
I feel like this game manifested from the property license being really cheap and trying to capitalize on the Pokemon market still. Only, less than a year later.
Possible. Oh, well, with that, it's about time to end the show. Really quickly, what has everyone been playing this week off stream and why?
I'll go first. I haven't really played anything because we just rescued a new cat, so we've been trying to get him acclimated to the new place.
He's still sneezing?
We took him to the vet yesterday, and it turns out he has a respiratory infection. But we got the antibiotics, and he was really cool.
Good early catch. That can really destroy a cat's health real quick.
Well, I mean, when we gave him his medicine earlier, he was like, kind of like, get off of me, but he wasn't to the point where it's like, I'm afraid of you. I'm gonna hide for the rest of the day.
Yeah, he knows that you're there to help. They don't like being force-fed stuff.
Yeah. So, I mean, while I was looking through my YouTube channel over at youtube.com/CSSFuryX, I was looking at all the games that I've played and not finished. So I might revisit some of the older games, like Robotech, if I can find it in my library. Or, finish Spider-Man, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe I should 100% The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know.
I can't find any information as to if the toys for Bakugan are still being made. That's not good.
Anthony, what have you been playing and why?
So I'm still playing Animal Crossing a couple hours a day. It's usually only like an hour, just to get the new summer stuff. Been getting a lot of scallops and whatnot, and
Those pearls are rare.
still trying to fill up my museum. And the last flower that I need out of all the hybrids is blue roses, so I'm working on that as well. And then besides that, I'm playing. I did a stream of Oxygen Not Included the other day, so I'm gonna be doing like short hour streams during the week of Oxygen Not Included. And I also tried a similar simulation game. It's called Flotsam. So it's like Raft slash community city builder kind of game, where you like it's just think Raft, but you're controlling little minions and you're creating a city.
So, Jeremy, if you have access to my stream, I'm playing the Toy Fair from last year, and apparently they still have Bakugan toys.
Well, I'll be damned.
I don't know. For me, what I've been playing is I've been picking up Monster Hunter, pretty much all week to get all of the different decos that were being given away for free during the event that was happening.
I did log in for that.
If you didn't log in, too bad.
No, I did.
You did. Okay. But yeah, they were giving out a lot of free decos, and then I was doing runs, and I've been testing a few builds and stuff for some ideas for videos. Beyond that, I haven't played. Of course, been building the Minecraft world, so that took up a lot of time this week. But that's where I've been. The world's open if you guys want to run in there anytime you want. We may down the road open it up to other people that are outside of the group, but right now that Minecraft server is just for the BFC team and a few other select people.
Do I have the ability to start my own quarry again?
Yeah. No, it's all up and running and everything. If you go to log in and the world's up, the world's up. If it's down, you'll get put into a map which you can't dig your way out of at all.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it kind of blocks you off and has signs everywhere that says, "Hey, go check out channels. The world is down, etc., etc." It's an under construction world that I built. Jeremy, last and least, what are you playing and why, and what achievements are you trying to get out of it?
Well, other than our bout the other night where we got all those Minecraft achievements, I've basically been playing nothing but Lego DC Supervillains. I'm looking at True Achievements now. I think I started it last week sometime, but looking at it on the list here, I think I've played that pretty much every day. I think I'm one more sit down away from completing it.
Nice.
From looking at the list, all I have to do is a few more of the levels on free play, and then the DLC levels, and then that'll be game number 118 done.
Wow. All right, and with that, that is episode 4 of the BFC pregame show. For those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned. We're going to play a couple games. I think we actually are going to hop on the Minecraft server tonight to play. For those of you that are watching this pre-recorded, don't forget to check out all the Twitch channels that are linked down in the description. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel if you're watching this on Facebook. Until next time, friends, have fun. We plan to. Yeah.
I want Yakuza Kiwami 2, damn it!
Oh wait, let's do that. Hold on, I gotta do that again. I did not pick the right end. Where's my BFC ending?
Yakuza Kiwami 2. You think I'm playing?
No. There we go.
I need more Q to you.